telling you, something's coming. I can feel it. SEMA was awesome. It was awesome. It was so much fun. Actually, it was great to see so many people, so many of you guys there. Thank you for coming up and saying hello. Really sorry about the sort of flood of content that I put out there Wednesday and Thursday. I just, as like a content creator, I feel like constantly frustrated with not being able to like get content out really, really fast. But the problem with having like a full-time job, if you will, and trying to create content is like the kind of content I like to create takes a long time. You're gonna see it in the next couple of months. I've been like reviewing in my head, been really trying to brainstorm some ideas on how I can get more content out there, keep the content shorter, but like balance that with like still obviously keeping the quality high, but like figuring out a good way to shoot it so that I don't end up with like tons and tons of footage that I've got to manage. This is sort of an experiment in terms of like how I was creating content. I hope you enjoyed it. I've got a lot more, hang on, I don't know, can you hear me very well? I have a lot more content coming. Actually, this week and maybe bleed over into next week, I have like another 6 or 7 videos that are gonna be smaller, shorter form interview style videos of things that I saw at SEMA that I really, really enjoyed. And so yeah, without further ado, let's go back to Las Vegas. What's going on, guys? Jason Kirchie, aka Mr. Swell Runner here at SEMA 2019 down in sunny Las Vegas, and it's like really sunny right here. And I'm here with James with Expedition 1. And I gotta tell you, you know this, I've been like heavily crushing on the Ram platform. And they have a 2500 Power Wagon that they have fully kitted out. And I gotta say, like, you gotta see it. You just gotta see it. James,
yeah.
How long? So you are not new to the Ram platform, right?
No.
I thought you were, but you're not. We've been
doing Ram stuff for a few years now. For I guess at least 5 years, maybe more.
So talk to me about this Ram and what you've done. This is a 2019, right?
This is 2019, yeah. So compared to our earlier model, like the 18 or the 10 to 18 kind of 3/4 ton platform, we did a few things a little bit different. That platform, we actually have 3 different bumpers. We did one that was for the Power Wagon, then we did one that was for the diesel, and then we did one that's kind of more of our standard bumper. The unique thing about the older models was that the bumper was multi-piece, right? This time around, we figured out a way that we could actually incorporate all 3 bumpers together. It's one piece now, which some people like, some people don't like. I really like one piece. I think it's stronger. And so it's multi-fit, but it also gives you plenty of approach angle and good clearances and everything like that. These are removable, changeable, replaceable. Our recovery points are still. And we did something a little bit different with our sensor hole areas. If you have sensors, you'll be able to just have a cover here or something or ornamental, or excuse me, if you don't have sensors. If you do have sensors, then we have these covers, and everything works really nice and clean. Sensors work really good. These we flashed up a little bit, right? Make it a little more showy and everything for SEMA, but all in all, it turned out really good.
These are hook recovery points, and they're bolted in.
Yeah, okay. They are bolted in. Yeah, they've got 3 very large bolts on the backside that are holding it in place. And they're triangulated on the inside, so they're plain strong, so you can get good side pulls and everything like that. You have multi-points for mounting, like a recovery shackle, and then if you're running a strap, you can just run a strap through here and double it back.
So anything else special about the bumper?
Well, we did, one thing I did like about what we did with the 19s is that a lot of the 19s come with this light right here, a large amount of them, the Power Wagon specifically. And this light, if people don't know, it actually acts as a cornering light. It's very neat. First I was driving it, you know, I'm turning the corner and I'm like, what is that light that just popped on? And so it's actually, the fog lights are set up so they'll behave like cornering lights. So if you're taking a corner, they'll give you some light. It's really actually a cool thing. So we knew we wanted to for sure incorporate that. The other thing that we have, of course, which is the first time we've done it on a Ram, is our full bull bar right here. And it turned out really clean, really nice, really tight. And it gives you a lot of good coverage for impact and all sorts of things. But we also made sure that we didn't put anything here because we wanted the front cameras to work. And so if you have the camera system, pretty much everything works except for on the backside it's a little muddled. But the reason why it's muddled on the backside is because of the dual swing out tire carrier system. A lot of times on these bigger trucks, I run amp steps just because I'm not really gonna rock crawl these. I usually more of just get out there, And the amp steps usually tuck up really nice. Amp doesn't have a step for these yet because the programming changed. So we didn't do anything down here, but we do have this. This is our tent rack structure, and then we also have our roof rack. The roof rack that we have up there is specific for the Rams, and then our tent rack right here. It's, you know, pretty versatile. This is actually what we call our map boards that allows you to add different accessories and things like that. And this is, yeah, this is pretty new. This is one of our racks. You can do like a base load bar system, which would be these towers with the load bar up here. But this we set up as our back rack, and we have a full rack structure in here. So if you're not running tent, you don't have to run a tent, but you can put all sorts of cargo. The bars up there are super heavy duty. They're extruded aluminum, and it's a nice little system.
Show us the rear bumper, because this is not something that I don't know of a whole lot of rear I don't know a whole lot of rear bumper options out there for the Ram full-size platform.
Yeah,
and you guys are really well known for your bumpers, because they're, I mean, I love the latches, I love the style, the build quality, and everything else. It's just nice.
Yeah,
I'm really excited to have a good quality and not just frankly cheesy option for a full-size pickup truck, something that's Overland suited.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I get it. Yeah, so here they are. To actuate the latch, it's just right underneath here. You just pull it. This right here is actually a safety lever. So when you close them, you go in there and you actuate the latch. It's a camming latch. This little thing, when it comes underneath like that and disappears, that means that your safety latch is engaged and everything like that, and you're really safe. Because it has not only overcam, it overcams, but it has that additional safety latch. So, swings open. It's a little tight with this, whatever this thing is here, but you think you can get back here? Oh yeah, there you go. Okay. So, and then this is the other side. And it swings nice and clean. Has drop pins that you can lock out, hold it in place if you're on a side hill or on uneven ground. We incorporated the sensors and everything like that. And the one thing that we want to figure out how to incorporate, because we don't want to mess with the whole, I don't know what they call it, but where you can see all the way around your car, the 360-degree thing.
Yeah.
So if you move this, it kind of messes everything up, right? But what we're finding is I'm pretty sure there's an option for an analog camera hookup right down here. And so that's probably what we're going to do, is add an analog camera right here, so you can still get a good field of view down here, you know, so you see what you're doing. Watch out for the kiddies if you have the dual swing out tire carrier.
Right, and of course on the rear bumper you've got recovery points.
Yep.
I think you've done a wonderful job of integrating the sensors, which that's something else. A lot of times you sacrifice that when you're doing aftermarket, you know, bumpers, armor in the front and the back. You're sacrificing some of that stuff, so it's actually great.
Yeah.
You guys are making sure that's being considered.
Yeah. This one, I'll tell you, on the 19s, the 19s are way better than the earlier model years, because first of all, the sensors on the earlier model years are super finicky. They're not really well engineered, I'm just gonna say it. A lot of people don't understand these, but these are sonar sensors, so they use sound, right? And so they have this rubber ring, or this silicone ring around it, and that's like a dampener to allow the sound to travel out and to come back in, right? The problem comes in if you get anything in there like dirt, mud, dead bug, it messes up your sensors. So if you've driven one of the earlier Rams, you'll get these little problems all the time where your sensors are freaking out for this or that, or you have little problems. They say go see the dealer and everything like that. The new one, Ram did a great job of also not only making a better sensor, but giving you so much more wire. Because that was the other problem, is the wire they had in the old ones was really short. So they give you so much more wire. So for us, it was great. We were able to put the sensors right where we wanted them, and the sensors are all working exactly how we want. I don't know if we talked about the roof rack on the roof of the truck.
We talked about it very briefly, but not very much.
So let's swing over there and we'll take a look at it real quick.
This is another feature, by the way, that I kind of wanted to point out, though, is a lot of swing arms, they have to be both closed.
Yeah.
This one, you can lock one of them in, and then lock the other one in. So I just thought about that, because we're going to be walking by this one and we're going to leave this guy open.
Yeah.
And this one's locked in place. You don't have to worry about it flopping around, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Gives you a lot of versatility. Another thing too is, like, so you don't have to have these set up this way. If you want the tire over there, you can move the tire over here. If you want your cans over there, you can move them over there. If you want NATO cans, if you want all sorts of stuff, these carriers are set up for a lot of versatile options, so you can mount them how you want. There's people in certain situations where they're going way out, running a much smaller tire, of course, but they'll do 2 tires, right? So that's a pretty common thing.
Yeah. So your swing outs are modular, right? That's what you're saying. So you can do whatever
totally
you want.
modular. Yep. Set them up how you
talk to
want.
me about the roof rack real quick.
So here's a roof rack. It's up there a little ways. But this one, we did this a few years ago. It does require drilling into the roof on the Rams. The good thing about the Rams, though, is that they're really beefy. That edge is really nice and solid, and it's reinforced. So they do, when you have to drill in, it's not a scary thing. Other vehicles that I've had to drill into, it's a little scary because there's airbags there. A lot of times you have to pull down the headliner, and it's a lot more work because you don't want to be hitting the airbags or any of the the electronics or anything. So this one, the Rams, is actually less scary to actually do the drilling on. But this specific rack is a little bit different than the ones that we did for the earlier models because we shortened it to work with the marker lights. I don't know what they're called. I guess they're called marker lights that go across the roof there. But just to clear it, so it's a little bit shorter, it's back there, but it's still, you're able to mount lights up there and have a light bar. If you want, you can get one without the light bar cut out, and you can just have the rack up there. I had somebody comment not too long, it was like, why would you ever put a rack like that on top of there? And it's very simple. If you're a guy like me and you've got 4 kids and a wife and you guys all want to go camping, you're all going to go camping and you're all bringing food and you're bringing all sorts of other things, you start to lose space for other stuff, right? It's the perfect spot to throw bags, to throw soft goods and things like that, strap them down. It's a really good place for that.
That's I mean, it's all about storage.
Yep,
it's all about tweaking and maximizing your storage, figuring out where you're gonna put stuff.
Yep.
Well, thank you so very much. Once again, my name's Jason Kirchie. This is James with Expedition 1.
Yep.
This is Ram Power Wagon 2500, and we're here at SEMA 2019. We'll see you guys in the next video.